What's up, everyone? You know I am Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw. Check us out on YouTube. Yeah. And we're getting into this right now. Part 4 for Judge Dredd versus Alien. Yeah, the final part, y'all, and it's about to get off the chain. Because Judge Dredd's about to come face to face with the main infestation, the Queen herself. And it's interesting because they call it incubus. Because this is what these creatures do, they incubate inside of you. So now Dredd has found Officer Sanchez, and she's been impregnated by a facehugger. And Dredd goes on to explain this, calm, collectively, and he needs to find a way out of here, but he doubts they can. And then he sees this mutant, Mr. Bones. He was outlawed, and then for some reason he went from galaxy to galaxy, becoming a cosmic terror, bringing these aliens back. And somehow they psychically talked to him, they linked with him, and he's helping them spread their disease across the land. But the judges are regrouping and trying to figure out what exactly they're going to do, how they're going to take care of this menace, and how many troops they actually have, because hundreds and hundreds poured out the last time. But the judges are messing around. They are also the military, so they're bringing in tanks. They're bringing in the Dredd bots. They're bringing in anything and everything they have. The rest of the Vermin Squad, anything, to stop this menace, to squash it once and for all. Because they know if this infestation gets out, it will spread throughout the other megacities and through the world. Now this guy goes on to say that, he was in pain the way he looked. He suffered, blah, 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 until Dredd comes out of nowhere and socks him right in the face. And this kind of knocks him back, and he pulls a gun. And I think that's what starts to get all the aliens kind of moving, because you don't pull a gun in the Queen's chambers or the 8th chamber at all. So friend or foe, they kind of go at him and kill him. And that's what you do. I mean, you bring a gun into that kind of situation, you should be prepared to die. And I think Dredd did this on purpose. His men start firing. This gives Dredd time to get loose and grab a gun himself and take care of him. Now Dredd and Sanchez are loose, and they have to find their way out. And he starting to communicate with the other judges, letting them know what's going on. And the judges are kind of gathering around the hole right now, the area where they kind of came out of, closing down the block. And this is the rest of this guy's men. They're trying to escape, but they picked the wrong way. The judges just blow them away. Not only the judges, the Dredd bots, everyone. That's what you get when you mess with the judges. But boom, 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 boom. These guys are shredded into pieces. There's not even enough to recycle. They are gone. But anyway, the judges kind of go on to see what exactly they're going to do. And the Verminators aren't ready to give up the fight either. They've already lost a lot of men, a lot of people. And they don't want to lose anyone else. Now, I love how, the judges are organizing together, and they're also bringing in the Dredd bots. And what they're going to do is they're going to give one of the Dredd bots a nuclear weapon and send it down there to kind of set off the power grid, which they're tapping into a volcano for their energy use. But when Dredd and Sanchez go looking around, they find the Queen, and she is laying a lot of eggs. They have to find a way to stop her. So Dredd, thinking that this is his final stand, pulls out his guns and just starts shooting right at the Queen. Him and Sanchez just start shooting at everything, because the aliens come running when the Queen starts screaming, and boom, 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 making his last stand. Dredd stands tall, ready for whatever comes next. And they do find a hole, they find a way out, or a temporary reprieve, as the Queen's right behind them. Dredd decides to switch to a different kind of ammunition. This creature has acid blood, so it's incendiary. So he's probably going to use a high explosive. And boom, he not only knocks the creature back, he temporarily seals it off, giving them time to run away, and they end up bumping into the other judges in the Verminators. The exterminators, I should say. And the Dreadbots. So cool. And of course, the Queen, being the Queen, smashes right through the wall, and the Dreadbots just open fire. Now, as tough as these Dreadbots are, the Queen is in a class all by herself, and she is shredding the Dreadbots. And this is where the Dreadbots kind of regroup, and they just start blowing her away. I love how one just hits the hell out of her, and boom, 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 boom. Unfortunately, this was the Dreadbot with a nuclear weapon as he melts away. So their plan is kind of a failure, so they have to find a new way to kill these creatures. So they're thinking about blowing up the lava deposit, causing a big explosion, and having the lava come down and wipe them out. So Dredd and Sanchez fire everything they have in there as the aliens gather around them, ready to rip them in shreds, ready to make them food for the colony. But out of nowhere, one of the Verminators comes out and starts blasting the aliens, giving them the time they need to set off that lava, to make it explode. And he goes out shooting, but there's just too many of these creatures. They're everywhere. And the game isn't over yet, as Dredd uses his grappling hook and fires, grabbing Sanchez and finding a way out as the lava hits, destroying and burning all the eggs, killing this infestation. As the nest is purified in fire, and the Queen drowns in the lava, unable to do anything but burn. As her eggs, her colony, everything is exterminated, and the xenomorphs fade into the fire. The judges and the Verminators, the exterminators, they have a moment, a remembrance for the fallen. But Officer Sanchez has an embryo to remove, and possibly Dredd as well. So they wake up the next day, the news reports the block is basically melted by the lava pit, that they ended up blowing up, the lava vein. The creatures were removed from both Dredd and Sanchez, and she is considering whether or not she's going to stay on as a judge. And she decides to stay, to be a judge. And they have these two creatures, and they offer to examine them, to keep them. But Dredd pushes the button to destroy them both. And they ask Dredd why, and he walks away going, "I'm simply not the motherly type." And I'm the Comic Outlaw, and I'll catch you on the flip side.